America should not ignore the Christian genocide in Ethiopia. Silence in the face of atrocity is complicity. From The Washington Post, by Robert Wilkie, Monday, November 10, 2025. The Honorable Robert Wilkie served as the 10th Secretary of Veterans Affairs and Undersecretary of Defense for Personnel and Readiness in the first Trump administration. The world said, "Never again," after Rwanda, yet we're watching in silence as ancient Christianity is erased in Ethiopia. America risks its soul and security by doing nothing. In northern Ethiopia's Tigray region, more than 1 million people have been slaughtered since 2020. Women and children are starved to death. Entire villages have been erased. Soldiers have told rape victims, a Tigray womb should never give birth. That statement alone should remove any doubt about what this is. It is not a civil conflict. It is genocide, a state-sponsored attempt to destroy a Christian people and their culture. Tigray is not a footnote in history. It is the cradle of African Christianity, the land of the Queen of Sheba, the Kingdom of Axum and the Ark of the Covenant. Its rock-hewn churches, older than many European cathedrals, are among the holiest sites in the world. Today, those sanctuaries lie in ruins, deliberately shelled by Ethiopian and Eritrean forces. Priests and worshippers have been executed, and ancient manuscripts and crosses, stolen from monasteries, have been surfacing on online marketplaces. If we lose Ethiopia, we lose one of Christianity's oldest strongholds and a vital partner for the West in a region already teetering between tyranny and terrorism. This is not just a moral catastrophe, it is a strategic one as well. Ethiopia is situated on the Horn of Africa, a region that borders the Red Sea and the Bab al-Mandab Strait, through which 12% of global trade passes. Whoever controls this corridor controls the arteries of global commerce and energy. Today, that control is slipping off to a dangerous coalition of adversaries. China, Iran, Russia and other countries have armed and financed Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's regime, using drones and munitions to carry out the campaign against Tigray. Iran, through a formal defense pact signed earlier this year, now has an operational foothold in the Horn of Africa, within striking distance of global shipping lanes and Israel's southern flank. China, meanwhile, continues its Belt and Road Initiative encirclement of East Africa, coring ports and mineral routes critical to its military and economic dominance. His alignment of autocratic powers represents a new, Islamo-Marxist axis that threatens regional stability and the broader interests of the United States and its allies. By refusing to acknowledge the true nature of the Tigray crisis, we embolden those who perceive Western hesitation as a sign of weakness. The United States should act immediately and decisively. First, it must formally recognize the genocide in Tigray. Language matters. To call this a civil war is to excuse barbarism. Second, the Trump-Vance administration should impose targeted sanctions on Ethiopian, Eritrean and foreign officials responsible for the atrocities and on those supplying the weapons. Third, we must establish secure humanitarian corridors that deliver aid to the starving. Finally, the U.S. should lead a coalition of democratic nations to protect Ethiopia's remaining Christian heritage and stabilize the Horn of Africa. America does not need to send troops, but it must send a message: faith, freedom and human dignity are non-negotiable both at home and abroad. Silence in the face of genocide is not neutrality, it is complicity. The moral case for action is clear. So is the strategic one. Allowing this genocide to continue will deepen regional instability, fuel another refugee crisis and hand China and Iran permanent leverage over one of the world's most vital trade routes. The people of Tigray are not asking for American soldiers. They are asking for America's voice. We should raise it now before one of the oldest Christian civilizations on earth vanishes, and with it a cornerstone of faith and freedom. The deadliest country no one wants to report truthfully about is Ethiopia. Since the beginning of the genocidal jihad in the northern Ethiopian regions of Tigray, Amhara and Afar in November 2020 till today, 1.5 million Orthodox Christians were brutally massacred. 200,000 Orthodox Christian women, children and nuns were raped and abused. Over 1 million Ethiopians were forced to migrate to other countries. 4.4 million internally displaced people severely impacted by conflict, hostilities and climate shocks. Over 1 million female Ethiopian slaves sold to Arab countries. 20 million Ethiopian forced to experience food insecurity. By the fascist Islamo-Protestant, Oromo Army of the Prosperity Gospel heretic Nobel Peace Laureate Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed Ali and his UN, Arab, Israeli, Turkish, Iranian, European, American, Russian, Ukrainian and African allies.